Okay, so this is the second lightning round, so if I could have Poultry Patrol, Re-Envision Ag, Sentinel, Stock Cropper, Soil Action, yep, on stage again, and Soil Warrior, if I didn't say that already.
Hi everyone, my name is Jack Killian. I'm founder and CEO of Poultry Patrol, and we make robots for poultry barns. So in general, birds people like to eat, drink, and sit around all day, but that's not very good for them. So just a robot to run around the barn to get the birds up and moving. Has great health benefits to the bird, which means more money in the pocket for the farmer. So you can imagine when we run around the barn with the robot with a big flag like that, all the birds in the barn see it, and ideally start chasing after it. So we're basically making turkey parades a few times each day, and we see that lead to better health outcomes. That means more birds making it to market, better access to feed and water. It means the birds are gaining weight better, more resilient to any stressors, whether that's a disease that you might treat by putting something in the water, or heat events where they cool off by drinking water. Generally just kind of an uplifting of the performance of the birds. And on top of that, once you have that base set of wheels in the barn, there's so much else you can do. You can imagine the data analytics. You have now a way to look in the barn 24/7, 365, listen, give that access to the vets, the farmers. Really, it's just a huge amount of stuff you can build on top of that base robot that runs around the barn. We are at a point where we've got some very compelling results from integrations that show significant gains in robot barns compared to control barns. Robot flocks being more uniform, meaning the large integrations that run the plants are it's basically a physical supplement to them that produces more uniform birds. I think I'm out of time, so thank you all for listening. And if you want to see the robot, it'll be running around the back later today.
Hey everybody, my name is Jason Reiner. I'm founder of Re-Envision Ag. In the last year, we have gotten our first utility patent on the spike itself. We've completed a study with Iowa State University where we beat a double disc opener in both plant spacing and uniformity of emergence. If there's something that we can do in planting to positively affect yield, it's plant spacing and uniformity of emergence. Thank you for your recent follow-on investment in Re-Envision Ag. We're producing the new row unit right now. The center axle's sitting in Garner waiting for me to drive over and put it together. We will be focusing on cucurbits, so cucumbers, squashes, melons, those types of crops, because right now we have the best value proposition and we can really use that as a wedge market to come to market. And we will have our first revenue this year and continue to plow forward. So thank you so much, and I'll be hanging around for the rest of the day if you want to visit. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Zach Smith. I'm president and CEO of Stock Cropper Incorporated, just located up the road here in Lake Mills, Iowa. Stock Cropper is a company focused on making autonomous livestock devices that move livestock in confined spaces, like in the middle of a cornfield. If you've seen our Stock Cropper system that we've developed before. And now we've transitioned into what we call the protein sovereignty market, where we're making devices to allow more people to participate in the food system. So 2025 was a reset year for me. I parted ways with an original founding partner, rebuilt the team from the ground up, hired a mechanical electrical engineer last July or August, formed a relationship with a strategic partner with a lot of experience in the venture world to help me put together a seed raise for a new product innovation that we're coming specifically in 2026, leading into 2027 in the protein sovereignty space, which we call the Cluster Cluck Drive. This is an autonomous bolt-on attachment for anyone that is already growing their own protein and having to yank it around. And if you've seen those chicken tractors before that people have that they're required multiple times a day to go out and pull, we built a device that's solar powered, electrically driven, has the capacity for either manual or autonomous movement. Substantially cheaper than what we've come before with our Cluster Cluck Pico that I talked about last year. So we're launching a 15-unit beta test that we're sending across the country here over the next 6 weeks to get customer feedback with the commercial launch plan for 2027. as well as the Pico will be a beta product in 27 with full launch in 28. On top of that, our origin story with Stock Cropper continues to live on as a production system. For the last 3 years, we've been at Precision Planning's PTI farm in Pontiac, Illinois, where our system has been tested against basically all the other top innovations in agriculture. And for the last 2 years, Stock Cropper, which has been invested in with the folks here at AgVentures, what your goal is about expanding farmer profitability. This idea that came out of the hearts and minds of 3 farmers has won the production corn yield production record the last 2 years, running at 426 and 435 bushel an acre. And in 2025, we were the highest farmer profitability return on investment to the tune of $325 an acre, greater than a standardized check of Illinois corn production. So thanks to AgVentures for helping make all this possible over the last couple of years. Thank you.
I'm just going to park myself here because I brought some show and tell. My name is Jack Osland. I am one of the co-founders of Soil Action. We're developing real-time nutrient analysis for use on the tractor and in the field. So today, traditional soil testing looks like 2.5 to 5 acre grids, 3 to 4 year cycles. Just isn't enough data for you to really protect your yield. So everybody hedges their bets and over-applies nitrogen to make sure they get enough out of the ground to make it to next year. So our product, SAM, which stands for Soil Action Manager, SAM delivers real-time nutrient concentrations in volume, multiple readings per acre, so you get greater granularity of your field profiles. See, we want to help you take your fertilizer investment and put it in the right place at the right time and at the right rate. Now, our AI, we're an AI company, was trained on the world's largest digital soil library. Hundreds of thousands of ground truth digital samples, and that number continues to go up every single day. And we're deploying our AI starting this spring through our handheld version of SAM. And then we're going to swap this out for free to the implement-mounted version of SAM later this year. We want you to have dramatically more data in a fraction of the time for less cost than it takes to collect, bag, tag, pack, ship, test, and wait for the labs to give you your results back. SAM is going to give you better nutrient information faster so you can make the best decisions for your production. Now, Bob Recker, raise your hand, Bob. Bob runs field trial engineering for us. He's developed all the prototype ground engagement for us, actively is advising for applications. So we are going to launch this unit later this year to run on a planter unit behind a double disc opener, and there is a actual tractor with a row unit with SAM mounted on it out in the parking lot. If anybody would like to go get an up close and personal look and dig into some of the details around it, find Bob and he will go out there and walk you through the whole thing. I should say that Ag Launch and AgVentures Alliance has been instrumental in connecting us to farmers and has been a tremendous sort of accelerator for us. We did raise a $5.5 million round last year, so we are on our way and look forward to putting this technology in your hands in the not too distant future. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Sean Arthur. I'm a regional sales manager with Environmental Tillage Systems. We're more commonly known for our soil warriors and the strip tillage equipment that we build. Our company was founded almost 25 years ago by Mark Bauer up in south central Minnesota near Faribault. And his goal was to find a better, more profitable way of farming that aligns with a lot of the messaging we're hearing today. He was looking at some of the current tillage practices and fertilizer application methods that were being used up there, and he thought it was too many passes across the field, too inefficient use of fertilizer by broadcasting it on the top, and his goal was to find a piece of fertilizer and tillage equipment that could handle the rigors of farming in the Midwest and to be able to effectively and efficiently deliver fertilizer. So if you fast forward to where we're at right now, Soil Warriors are viewed as one of the leading strip tillage brands in the country. We are a success story for Ag Ventures. You guys supported us early on in our company's development, and now we have grown to the point where we're not asking for money for an investment, we're asking for support to buy our equipment and help see the value on your own farm. Because as we look at the current farming economy that we've got right now with very high priced fertilizer and fuel, and then if you look at the regenerative agriculture discussions, there's a lot of value in what we're bringing to the marketplace. We're able to be more efficient with the passes across the field and combine all of your seedbed preparation into one pass, apply your fertilizer at the same time, and put it into an area where you're going to get the most return out of that crop. But Soil Warrior is not just about the efficiency that you can gain on your farm, there's also the top end potential that can come along with it. The performance of crops that we've seen, if you look at corn specifically, the world record corn yield was grown behind a Soil Warrior. That's something we're very proud of. We're not taking all the credit for it, but I think it's a proof of the practice of what strip tillage and what our equipment can do. So thank you for your time today, and if you were interested in strip till or talking about a Soil Warrior, please look me up.
Hi, I'm John Brudy with Sentinel Fertigation. So a couple of things before I get started. I thought 90 seconds was going to be the biggest problem. What I found is I must need to get a new dry cleaner because they shrunk my sport coat. It can't possibly be my eating habits over the last 3 or 4 months. And the second issue is I learned on the way over here a couple of days ago that the average adult's attention span is now 8.25 seconds. And if you're 25 years old or younger, it's 5 seconds. So when you're the last one to go, not real encouraging, but I'm thinking you guys will stick with me. The key to satellite imagery with our product is it improves your nitrogen use efficiency. We expect you to get a 3-to-1 return on investment for the money that you spend with our company. Lots of dryland farmers, and I'm told this group in particular, the last couple of years, really stressed more emphasis on a dryland product and a dryland program. And we now have that, and not just have it available, but have a very solid product. And that product is only $5 an acre. So in a year when nitrogen costs are high and continuing to go up, our product is not only going to help you raise a better crop for less money, it's also going to help you not have as much working capital tied up as you go throughout the year. In closing on the product, the only additional thing I would add is the Practical Farmers of Iowa have committed to helping us get some trials going and some users started. And I think we have 15 or 16 slots still available for that. And it's not a huge amount of money, but they are paying $1,000 towards each person that signs up for the product. Thank you very much for your time.